All right, so let's be real for a second. The world we live in often paints birth as this painful, scary event that requires a lot of outside help to get through it and to make it happen. But y'all, that's not how God designed it. In fact, birth is a natural physiological process that your body already knows how to do. It's built in, it's hardwired by God Himself. Hey y'all, welcome back to Faith-Based Birthing Podcast. I'm Lori, and today we're diving into one of my absolute favorite topics, trusting God's divine design for your birth, for birth in general. Now, if you've ever wondered about how birth was meant to be before all the interventions were present, before all the fear was here, and before the hustle of hospital routines, then this episode is for you. So we'll be exploring the incredible way that God designed your body to bring life into the world and how understanding all of that can change your entire birth experience. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Now, I get it. There's so much fear surrounding birth, and that fear will often translate to pain. Remember the fear, tension, pain cycle, right? But here's something to consider. What if that fear didn't have to be part of the process? What if we trusted our bodies with the right preparation and mindset, and then we could do what we were supposed to do, what we were created to do without all the interventions, without all the fear driven decisions. So in today's episode, I want to talk about the divine design of birth because I really want you to understand that this isn't just some feel good talk about trusting your body. This is grounded in science and scripture. And I'm going to walk you through some amazing facts that'll leave you in complete awe of how God intricately wove everything together. So let's start with a basic truth. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again, and you'll hear me say it a lot more times. Your body was made for this. From the moment you conceive, your body starts a process that, when left undisturbed, knows exactly how to navigate the journey of birth. There's actually this incredible symphony of hormones and muscle contractions that kick into gear, and it's all designed to help you bring your baby into the world. And one of the most fascinating parts of this process is actually how labor starts, okay? So when your baby's lungs are fully developed, they release something called surfactant A. This compound triggers the onset of labor and lets you know that it's go time, lets your body know that it's go time, right? It's like your baby is signaling, hey, I'm ready to meet the world now. And then your body responds by starting contractions. Is that not amazing? So here's the thing. This process happens when your baby is ready, not necessarily when your provider or you say you're ready. I mean, let's face it, we've all been there at that end of pregnancy going, when are you going to come earthside, right? So if you've been offered a membrane sweep or an induction at like 37 weeks, think about this. 37 weeks is not full term. Now, with my first pregnancy, I was told that 37 weeks was full term. And so at 37 weeks, I'm, new at this. I was like, hey, guy, I'm ready to meet you. Why don't you come out into the world? But babies still need that time to fully develop. And God set up this natural timeline for a reason. Okay. Again, your due date is a guess date, not necessarily the date that you will meet your baby. It's based on an old formula. And we'll talk about that later. But when the baby is ready, the body knows it's time to start. Trust in that, okay? Trust that the Father knows your timing. Now, let's talk about the role of hormones. Y'all, God didn't just like throw this process together. He carefully designed it so that oxytocin, that's the love hormone, plays a key role, all right? So oxytocin causes your uterus to contract, moving labor along. But here's the kicker. When we're stressed out or when we're afraid, our body produces cortisol, and that actually suppresses oxytocin. So if you're stressed out about your due date that we were talking about a second ago, or you're worried about something going wrong, you might actually be delaying your labor without even realizing it. So this is so important. And it's important to create an environment where you can feel relaxed and you can feel calm. And what I tell moms to do a lot of times is sit down, watch a funny movie and laugh, eat your favorite meal, spend some quality time with your husband. Anything that keeps you feeling loved and supported is going to keep that oxytocin going. This isn't just about feeling good. It's about helping your body release the oxytocin that it needs to get labor going. All right. So let's talk about another amazing hormone and some endorphins. Okay. So endorphins are body's natural pain relievers. And when labor progresses naturally, these hormones will just like flood into your system. And this can be more effective. Like they've done research on this, and proper flooding of endorphins can be more effective in managing any pain that you might feel than morphine. Like more effective than morphine, right? At managing any pain that you might feel. How amazing is that? God literally built a natural pain management system into your body. So if you allow your body to do its thing, these endorphins will kick in and they'll help you manage labor with much less discomfort. So here's something else, right, that I really want you to understand. The more that we interfere with this natural process, the less effective that all these hormones that are tripwired to go into effect, the less effective they can be. So stress, fear, certain medical interventions, all this can disrupt the release of endorphins and oxytocin, and it's going to make the experience much harder than it needs to be. It's going to make it more painful than it needs to be. This is all about trusting the process and letting your body work the way that it was designed. So let's move on to talking about the physical side of things, okay? And again, we go much deeper in our courses and we talk more about it inside of our group. If you're not in our faith-based birthing group, join us over there on Facebook. And if you need free resources, we have tons of stuff for you. But this is a quick overview because, I do quick podcasts because we're all moms, let's face it, right? And we don't have time to sit around and listen to hours and hours and hours and hours worth of stuff. So I'm doing quick stuff to get you guys information. If you want more in-depth stuff, we have that for you. But let's move on to this physical side of things. And let's talk about contractions. Now, we tend to think of contractions most of the time as these like really painful, unbearable waves. But when you understand what's actually happening, it changes your perspective. So contractions are your body's way of helping the baby move down and out. The muscles in your uterus contract and slowly they start shortening and thickening to open up the cervix and make space for your baby to come through. And here's another fun fact. Your uterus is always contracting, even when you're not pregnant. It's part of your body's natural rhythm. Let that sink in for a second. Your uterus is always contracting, even when you're not pregnant. It's part of your body's natural rhythm. So when you go into labor, this is just an extension of something that your body already knows how to do. It's practiced for years. And the key here is allowing your body to work without unnecessary interventions. Now, I won't give away all the details, but I do dive deep into this in our book, Restoring Birth Back to Its God-Given Purpose, and our courses as well. But we talk about your body's intricate design and how you can work together to bring your baby into the world, work together with the father, and the science confirms the father's design every single time. But anyway, this whole thing, when you watch it from start to finish, it's honestly like witnessing this divine symphony unfold. And it's one of the most beautiful processes that we can experience as women. So what's the takeaway today? It's simple. Trust God's design. Your body was created to do this. And while modern medicine has its place, it's important to remember that you don't always need a whole team of people telling you what to do. Just like you don't need a coach to guide you through everyday physiological processes, like going to the bathroom, right? Your body knows what it's doing when it comes to birth. So I hope today's episode has helped you see that God intentionally designed birth. And if you want to learn more, join us in our group, check out our YouTube page, and check out the book, Restoring Birth. It's packed with deeper insights into this incredible journey. You can learn about the fetal Heimlich maneuver. You can learn about all the cardinal movements of birth. It matters that you know these things and that you understand what you need to walk through to allow your body to process through without someone trying to inject a fear narrative into the most amazing experience that you get to partner with the Father in as a woman and bring life into this world. So I love you guys. God's got you in this, guys. Remember, God's got you, okay? And you've got this because He has you. So I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.